You know, I'm too lazy to do the whole, like, shark thing.
There's a shark!
You know, there's a shark.
Is this a thing people do?
I'm being eaten by a shark! Ah, that hurt my knees. Okay, can you come back here?
Yeah, that's what
We saw The Shallows recently. And
Yep.
boy, what an experience that film was. I had a great time watching that film. John Humpman, how'd you feel?
I really enjoyed The Shallows. I mean, like, this is a lot more than I thought it was, while kind of being what I expected it to be. Yeah, it's a straightforward survival, you know, kind of tense horror movie. They throw some extra things in there that make you go, oh, well done.
I gotta agree with you there, John. With The Shallows, I remember when I saw the trailer, I saw like the 3 trailers they released, and I remember thinking like, man, there's like great cinematography in here. I love the environment. Blake Lively looks like she's gonna give a kick-ass stellar performance. The film delivers on that, you know, like, because what got me interested in watching this film was when I heard little fun facts inside. Sources say. Blake Lively's husband, Ryan the Reynolds, his acting coach, who worked with him on the movie Buried, was Blake Lively's acting coach on this film. When I heard that, I was like, well, Buried is kind of similar in a way, because, you know, it's really like a one-man show for a lot of it. This one's like a one-woman show. And I think Blake Lively does an amazing job in this film. I even cried at one scene she had, and I'm not ashamed to say it, because I heard other folks in the theater crying too. Not you, Tin Man.
I was really impressed with her in this film. I mean, I
She
thought...
didn't cry? I cried.
No,
She
there
moved
was
me
a
to
moment.
tears.
Yeah, there was a moment where I got a little misty. I don't think I cried outright, but there
Like
was a...
Brock from An Ash?
Out beneath the quiet of the night.
No way. You know the lyrics.
Yeah, dude, I had that CD. This is a movie that really takes the time to set up its main character and just let you kind of get to know her, and that's crucial to a movie like this. Props to them for doing that, and she helps to sell that in a major way, because there are times when the script, certain conversations, it's still a horror movie. So there are times when certain conversations are a little convenient in timing, but she's always able to sell them and make them feel genuine and make me continue to care for this character, you know? She's a lot of different things.
The film was just a great experience. Beyond Blake Lively's performance, the film's an awesome theater experience. That crowd was like, the movie makes it interactive. The movie shifts through like several different kind of genres throughout. The shifting kind of, even at times when it might seem like, oh, this is uneven, or this is kind of left field, or this is weird, I feel like that always adds to the film. It adds to the experience of what this character's going on, because the moments, the scenes are shot in terms of how Blake Lively is feeling this experience.
Yeah,
you know, all
totally.
the stuff before the shark shows up. Man, the shark stuff. There were so many times where the audience, you could hear them gasping, you know, shifting around. I was like literally getting uncomfortable. This girl next to me, who I don't know, but she is a kind woman, I guess. I didn't even say hi to her. Wait, no, I did. I met her afterwards when we did the Facebook thing. Apparently she was part of that.
Oh, cool. I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know her name, I'm sorry. The whole time it was just really tense. It was nerve-wracking. And then what I liked too was it did more than just create a cool script of a fun back and forth of Blake Lively takes on the shark. It expands longer than I thought it would, and they had a lot of moments where it's like just about survival. It's without even really the shark, you know what I mean?
There are times when the movie does kind of break from being a survival movie, and it does become kind of like a really focused, well-made B-horror movie.
Yeah.
There are times when it transcends and it gets a little, you know, it gets big. But I think the movie earns those too, because it's a great balance of tension and build, and then, you know, payoffs or ebbs and stuff like that. There are times when it gets too big, but by that time I'm like, we've earned it. We want to see this, play out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we did earn it. And it's a really well-crafted film. Like, I love the directing from the film. I love the cinematography from, because John doesn't believe in me saying his middle name.
Well, not only, it's going to sound like a different name.
Martinez Labiano.
Yeah.
Just don't ever say Flavio Martinez.
Well, you're going to think it's a different guy.
Don't say
You're
his
going to
first and
think
middle
it's
name.
a different guy.
You can't just refer to his first name.
You know I'm right. I never pull this card, but you know I'm right about that. If your name was Gregory Johnson Alba and I just called you Gregory Johnson, like, someone's gonna think of a different dude.
I couldn't help but at times sort of compare it to Gravity. Not during the movie, it's just when I look back on the movie and I think of other films that might be kind of similar to this.
Well, survival movies all have certain parts and tropes that they cover and territory.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, Gravity was this woman who's stranded, you know, it's a survival game. The big difference that I felt with this and Gravity, especially with the two characters, was Sandra Bullock to me was more like an avatar for us to experience it, you know? Like, Gravity's like a movie theater experience. Blake Lively, I really just gave a fuck ton about her, you know? Like,
yeah.
I really got to know this. I felt like we were with this woman, and there's this amazing moment that she has where I'm just like, yeah, she owns this film. To me, it's like one of the defining shots of the film. I don't want to give it away in terms of story and stuff. What happens is the camera is doing a slow pan in on her while she's witnessing something horrible happening. We don't know what's going on, but so much of what the emotion is she is conveying is felt. We feel terrified and horrified, but we don't know what's going on exactly.
That choice is kind of masterful horror because it's like, this is, you know, it's a monster movie in a way. To be able to go, you know pretty much what's happening off screen, but we're only going to show you the horror in someone's face. That makes it so much more tense and engaging because it's terrifying just because you're looking at the effect it has on somebody. It's all suggestion at that point. And I'm glad this movie had a scene like that.
And I really credit Blake Lively for that scene because
it's terrific.
She's using just her imagination. What's happening is not really going on. Like, it's just her imagination.
She has to act in a lot of different, you know, strange conditions. You know, she has to interact with people from very far away at times. Like, you know, she has to deal with, you know, the shark creature that's in effect, you know, so there's a lot of, you know, like you said, reacting to things that aren't necessarily there. She's got a bird friend.
Yeah.
You know, and she managed to make that natural. Like, the thing is, she manages to take everything in this script and make it feel natural.
I will say...
Even when the script isn't natural. Because sometimes the script is a little, we gotta go here, you know.
I feel like the film really wanted to make sure it honored a time length. Because I really feel like that 80 minutes is, like, perfect for this movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It's all you need. Because, and the movie is smart because it does take time to really get knee-deep in the survival aspects, you know? Like, when these conditions are tough, you feel that too. And the way they edit the water, like, whenever the waves lap over the camera, they distort the sound. Like, they really make you feel like you're in the ocean. Things hurt. Like, they hurt. Like, you feel all of this. I mean, she looks pretty bad.
There's some, like, there are moments that take you into, like, the experience of the horror that she is, like, there's some great fucking I can't give it away, but her first encounter with the shark is pretty amazing.
Well, and the way they use their shark in this movie is great, too, because, you know, this is a low-budget horror movie, so it's smart. They really thought, when's the best time?
That's how they made Jaws as well. Like, when's the best time? Because the shark, they had a mechanical shark, but it caused too much problems.
Yeah, so like this one, they have a CG shark and it looks fucking great.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part, it looks terrific. The way they incorporate the shark into the movie is great, because there's other stuff going on. This is a whole situation. It's not just Blake Lively versus shark. And they use it in great ways. Like, props to them, because it's, again, they know how to handle a monster.
And what I really want to say about Blake Lively really fast is, at first, it is kind of shot like when she's getting into the water and stuff, like, oh, she's so sexy. Like, a lot of the shots, there's one shot specifically where it's like panning up from her shirt and just stops at her breast.
It right here and like leaves there. I'm like, you're going surfing. You would zip it the fuck up.
Yes, okay. If you guys want to know, she does look sexy in a bikini. What I liked about it too is I felt like as a choice of just like primarily her in a bikini, I wasn't watching most of the movie going, damn, she looks good. You know, like, if anything, it makes her feel more vulnerable and more exposed because she has nothing on her but something to just cover up her body a little bit, you know?
That's sort of a tough, you know, line the movie walks, and it is understandable, you know, like she's gone to the beach for a day, she's gonna go out and surf and stuff like that. Like, that's a situation you don't wear a whole lot. But, you know, I can see how, like, there are times when it is a little bit like, that's oogly.
But like, I think it's intentional, though, because when they do the oogly stuff, it's at the right moments. It's before the shark, primarily, ever shows up. I like how the director's kind of fucking with you. He's like, here's the kind of film it is. No, it's not going to be that. Because that's how I felt about the genre shifts. Like,
well, and when it becomes...
it's going to be, but no, that's not the world This is not the world that she's living in right now. She's about to experience something different.
It is the world of the surf video that is like the
Yeah.
first part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can actually see that. The editing and the direction are both very engaged, and you know, some people might find that overbearing. I thought that was really cool because the editing and the way they shot it and the choices with, you know, slower, fast motion, like, they all really make this a tone painting, you know, as well. It's a manic one, you know, and a desolate one.
It's a tense movie, man.
Yeah.
It's okay, to compare Gravity one last time.
Yeah.
Right? With the Gravity, I remember feeling like, well, Sandra Bullock's gonna be okay for most of this. I mean, she's gonna be, you know, like what, a 90-minute film? She's gonna star the film. She's gonna be fine. So that relieved a lot of tension for me. But when I saw this, that never happened. The moments were so real that you just did. Even if you were like, well, she's not gonna die here, you're still like,
how's she gonna get to the next thing?
And it's still might be painful what she has to do, you know?
Again, it's a survival movie. There's a lot of painfulness in it. But, you know, I think ultimately that's what it comes down to. Is like, this movie is like, it's a kind of like a B-movie spirited survival movie that's really focused and really well crafted, really energetic, and it gives you time to care about everything. You know, it may not be overly deep, but it's The Shallows. Like, it's awesome. Like, I think they really did a great job with what they had, and they were able to get a lot of talented people to elevate everything. Dude, there are a lot of great scenes in this movie. There are a lot of, like, memorable moments that you want to talk about, but you can't.
But it's a short journey, you know?
Yeah, it's
so
again,
I wouldn't want to give anything away.
I think it plays best in the theater when you can really feel the tension, you know.
And I like feeling it with a crowd where you're like, man, everyone else is feeling this too, you know.
Yeah, it's a feeling, it's a shared experience, like it's an experience movie.
Yeah.
And it does a lot of things really well, and it gives you stuff to care about.
There's moments of applause where you're like, yeah, they did that well.
Yeah, and then there are times when it you know, breaks free and kind of goes nuts, and you're like, yeah, like, all right, like, so yeah,
you're like, yeah, I wanted that. Yeah, it's not exactly in tune with whatever was before that. But
yeah, and it's that little teaspoon of B-movie that makes it just right for now. That spirit is around right now, and delivering that, but in the tone of this movie, is really cool, you know. So yeah,
praise Jesus.
You've been through a whole experience by the end of this. It's great.
I don't have too many subscription services. I'll tell you one that I have, the Real Rejects YouTube channel.
That's right.
So why don't you become a subscriber today? We have many things on here. Trailer reaction reviews, movie reviews, YouTube video reaction reviews. We got a shit ton, some sketches.
Yeah.
And whatever videos of reaction reviews that John is in a playlist called Reasons to Jerry. And you know what? We're so kind here, we're not just going to talk about the Real Rejects. Facebook.com/Blumhouse. John's the social media manager of that site. But the Real Rejects do not benefit from this at all. This is just for them. A kind deed. Stay classy, San Diego.